So Carly, like just to say to people that know you're like an incredible singer-songwriter. I met you like when you just came to LA and
you did.
You're just out of like music production school or something. Was that it?
Yes, I went to school for audio engineering.
Audio engineering. And where did you go?
I went to a school called CRAS in Arizona. It's the Conservatory of Recording Arts and Sciences. Yeah,
exactly. Yep. And then you just came to LA and you were like, I want to do this and that. And then you did all of it.
Now here we are.
You like got that like job in the studio. And you worked for Paramount as well.
I did.
What were you doing there?
So I worked at 2 different studios. I worked at Larrabee when I first moved out here, and then which was primarily a mixing studio. Right. And then I worked at Paramount for 2.5 years, and that was more like recording. So I was a runner over there, so I would be like kind of maintaining the studios, handling invoices, handing off bookings to managers, doing a lot of like the maintaining around the place. Right. And making sure the clients were all like taken care of, etc. And then I also did some assistant engineering there. So I would set up the mic, route everything in on the board, get everything like up and running and ready to go for the sessions. And then you just kind of stick around if they have any like technical problems or moral support, then I was there. So
I did the same. Like one of my first jobs in London was I think it was Soho Studios or something, somewhere deep down in Soho. Can't remember what it was called, but yeah, I did like a similar thing there.
Same kind of vibe.
Yeah, totally. So and then recently, or like fairly recently, I have to stop wobbling on this chair. It does this. Like, wow. I'm just gonna wobble here.
All good.
So yeah, then recently you were like, I want to focus on making my own music again.
Yes. So working at the studio is kind of like reawakened that passion for me, and I just being around all these artists and seeing their teams and like more of the inner workings of the business. I was just like, well, I've been singing since I was like really young. I'm sure I shared this with you, of course, when we first started hanging out, but then I thought that I wanted to do audio engineering, but it kind of working at the studio helped me figure out that I more so wanted to move back into doing the artist thing. And so then that's when I started working on my first EP, Soul Searching. Yes.
And I love it. And I've already heard the new one, because we can have a listening session, everyone. She's going to play us like songs from her new EP, and I've heard it, and it's beautiful. Like, it's amazing. I definitely heard some Sade in there, and then I listened again to like the first EP, and like for me, there's like so much like beautiful 80s stuff in your music. And like your voice and everything is so like gentle, and I just love it. It's so like lush.
Thank you. I love 80s music. It was like a lot of like synth pop kind of vibes, and I feel like I grew up listening to a lot of like 60s through 80s kind of music, and so I feel like that really influenced my sound, I guess, you know. But this one what were you gonna say?
No, you go on.
Oh, I was just gonna say, with this new EP, I feel like I delved into like a little bit of some different styles, and collaborated with more people on this one, which was nice. I did the last one. I did everything up until the mix and master, which was great, but it's also nice to like work with other people too.
Collaborate. Can you see this? This is my collaboration.
Oh, tight.
This is my my vision role that I'm sort of currently working on.
I love that.
It's not finished. It takes so long, because basically I have like a gazillion magazines that I haven't really read, and now that I'm doing this role, I just get stuck. I just start reading everything, and here I am hours later, like the same.
Right.
I have so many, and I can't just go like, I'm just gonna take this, I'm taking whatever, you know. Now I need to know the depth of this. That's really everything that's in there. That's like really important to me, and I gotta put it up, and like it's become like a crazy thing. I was up to like half one yesterday working on it. Still not finished. Nowhere near. And this is a double one, because it says collaboration, and when you open it up, it says independence.
Oh, okay. I love that.
I'm not gonna do it now because I'm gonna destroy it, but it's just like a little tacked on, so you can go like whatever you feel more. But for me, that's really important too. I have, I had this like band in London, and we were like decided on a major and all this stuff. But then when I came out of it, I was like, oh, you know, it's like big love drama. That was really the reason for coming out of it. And then afterwards, I was like, I got to do everything like myself. I felt like I had this thing of doing everything yourself, and it's kind of like a little bit frustrating. It's sort of frustrating. I don't know if it's the right word. It's just sad. It's like you just feel like you're like you and your computer all day long. You know what I mean? Yes, the instruments and yes, music, but really like, and then you can't like feedback, and then you know you bounce out all kind of versions to like, you know, and send off to like your old drummer or to like your trusted friends, and you get like, is this even a song?
Right. It's like so easy to get you get so deep in your mind when you're doing it all yourself, where then you start like questioning it, and it's nice to have someone else put their hands on it, so it's like, okay, like let's get someone else's opinion and touch on this, so it's not just like me slaving away in my bedroom. You know,
it just feels like that's this whole outside world, and like, you know, what am I doing? Like,
right.
I'm not interacting with people and stuff, you know. And then, but that's the thing. I mean, this is like how like, no, I wouldn't even like, well, perhaps inspiration, perhaps not, but it just feels like when you're working with someone in the studio, it's like there is life. This is what this thing that we're doing, especially as being creatives and artists. That's what we are meant to have, this like life of what happens when, especially two people. Like I was saying earlier, I just went to Berlin to like, before this happened, and worked on an EP, and I didn't know the guy. I met the guy once in LA. He came to my house, and we listened to each other's music, and we never ended up doing anything because we didn't have enough time, and we were just like, I'm just gonna come to Berlin, you know?
Right.
And we were kind of glad we'd had the time to really get to know each other musically. And I went there and I had 3 days, and we had to do like a bunch of songs, and we just like went in, and it was just so like, it just reminded me of working with like the people in my band, or the drum in my band back in the day. And I'm just saying that back in the day.
Back in the day.
It feels so long ago now. But like, we were working, and it was just incredible. It just like clicked. It was just like, you know, he just did something, and I was like, well, let me just play guitar, and then I picked up the guitar, and then, you know, and it's like, it can be like, you know, like when somebody like really like kind of feels the same as you and feels the same vibe and understands, and he can just like help you work so much quicker. Because yes, I can do like similar or same things at home, but it'll take me so much longer, and it'll be so much more sad because I'll be there with my computer on my own. Yes. And this will be like, oh, let's just like have a little, like, you know, let's get some coffee and get back to it. Yeah. And like, oh, and then like, it inspires you, and then you can throw on lyrics, and like, that or that, you know, or that melody, like, you know, it's just so much nicer to have that
collaboration.
Collaboration. That's totally, this is why I put it up as a big thing, because I figured like this is for the next, and also because it goes in my hair.
Yes, I love your hair. Your hair looks
like validation in my hair. It's
like ooh. Yeah, no, totally. It helps so much to have another person in the room with you that you can bounce ideas off of. And then like the person I co-produced these records with, and he also engineered these records, Mario DeLeva, he was dope because I would just come in with him. I had demos already done for everything. So it was like we had the solid foundation there. So then we went back through everything and reproduced it together. And I just like gave him space to have his own ideas too, and give me input. Because sometimes he would do stuff and I was like, oh, that's dope. Like we should put that in there, you know? Like it doesn't have to be.
Somebody can take something that you have and you just already think like, that's cool, I love it. But then somebody grabs it and they're just like, is that him? Mario
Vinegar Hill Music. Yep, Mario.
Oh, nice.
He's awesome.
It's fantastic when you can like when you sort of trust someone to give them something that you already like, and then you go like, oh, you just made that better.
Exactly. Exactly. He plays more instruments than I do too, so that was dope. It's like I have the ideas, but I can't like shred on guitar, you know.
Right. That's another one for me. It's like my favorite people to work with is like producers who are also like jazz trained musicians or classical.
Right.
You know, because they just go like anywhere, everything, blah. So right. They're like into like you know, modern like on the beat kind of music, but they have that training that just always works so well and so fast. That's like my favorite.
Right. Yeah, Mario
has
speaks
the same language, you know.
Yeah. When people know music theory and stuff, it's like adding a whole other element where it's like like we would be talking and he'd be like, well, you could put this note in here because of this scale and whatnot. And I'm like, I understand those things, but there's like levels to it, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Some people are pro at it and you're just like,
I know you hear how the music flows, but I think a lot of, especially today's music, it's very like rhythmical, but like it goes like, yeah, in rhythm, whereas I like percussive, the way they're thinking in blocks and stuff like that, you know, there's like that thing, and that's what they know, and then, you know, whatever way it's stuck together because they don't really know how to like lead it in that sense. But I'm more like I'm a linear thinker. This is why I can't have house music. It drives me absolutely insane. Because like when I go in somewhere and there's like a beat and it'll be the same exact beat for like
the whole time. Yeah.
It literally like it's kind of like Chinese torture to me. It literally is like that to me. It asks because my brain, because I like even though I talk, if I do whatever, I will listen to music the whole time, you know.
Right.
And so I grew up with like classical music a lot and jazz and stuff, and so like it's like little, it just goes on. It never comes back to the same thing necessarily, or just like in the variation of it. And so my brain, this is like my brain loves this. I can listen to like jazz or like classical like all day long, and I don't necessarily do it like that much, but it's just because it just goes on and like, you know, it's like being told a story rather than being repeated.
Exactly. I was just gonna say that it's like it tells you a story, even if it's just like an instrumental track like jazz or classical usually are, where a house is like very repetitive.
Right, and I only got like minimal house. That literally is like it's draining my soul. It's like it's just like it's just dropped.
Yeah.
We're going to the minimal house club. Don't think so.
No.
Can I bring my headphones?
Right. Just be jamming out to your own thing in there. Totally.
I was just saying earlier to Dejan, because we were talking about like home workouts now in Corona time. And I just found this one. It's been around for 10 years. I had no idea. It's called Fitness Blender. And
oh, dude, I use Fitness Blender.
But you know why I love it so much? Apart from the fact there's two people and they're chatting and they're laughing and all this stuff. They have no music.
Yes, I hate when they play music.
Oh my god, the torture! I was saying this, like for me, like having a workout where they have like crappy music, and generally it is crappy music, and you know, everything is crappy music. Sorry, guys. It's. I was saying that is more torture. That's harder for me to go through like listening to the music than the workout. So them having and them chatting to each other, it's like a meditative thing. It's like I much more like feel like I'm meditating while I'm working out. It's more like a spiritual thing, like going through it all. So yeah, so you do Fitness Blender as well?
I do Fitness Blender, but how I do it is a little different. I like that they don't do the music because I agree. Because I need to listen to music that's going to get me like pumped up for the workout. Yeah. And so I usually just mute them and I'll keep my laptop and then just have my own music going. And perfect.
I do that with my Tracy Anderson workout I used to, but I only really recently like got into like last week or something onto like Fitness Blender. So and I have sort of just been doing this, but that is obviously on my plan to put my own music on.
Yeah, it's nice.
But I just I haven't gone around to it, but I was just like so excited to find something without it. Oh my god,
it's a miracle, honestly. Yeah.
We're just from this like torture of being just like everywhere, just crappy music. Let's just have good music in the right places.
Right. Just minimal house on every single workout video. Like, hey. Yeah. Oh, God,
there's gonna be some tech house producers in here now who are like totally hating us.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry. So tell me more about actually, shall we like just play, like, because you have a bunch of songs to play, Joe, just play one so like people know what you're talking about here?
Yeah. So
are you ready for this situation?
Let me pull it up. I just gotta log into my computer here real quick.
This is how prepared you come in.
What'd you say?
So this is how you prepare to come in?
Yeah. Right. No, I have the whole setup here. Okay, so first I'll play Magic for You, which is gonna be the first song on the EP. Yeah. Here we go.
Do it. Put a filter on at this point.
Hold on one second. Wait a sec, SiSSi.
Wrong
I
song?
can't hear you. I'm not sure if I should. I want to be able to hear you still while I'm playing this. Hold on.
But I'm not really meant to talk anyway. I just want to put a funny filter on while we do this.
Okay, word. I just want to make sure you weren't saying anything important. Okay, I'm gonna start it one more time. Sorry about that.
I'm not gonna talk anymore.
You just got your filter. All right, perfect. All right.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Oh, my God. It is magic. This is so good. I love it.
Thank you.
Oh, I love the sound. So I'm going to just do this on the songs.
Man.
Keep the magic going.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. It's called Magic, and it's going to be the first single.
It is. The plan is once quarantine is over to shoot the music video.
Mm-hmm.
And I have like a whole concept written out for that. So I'm super excited. That'll be my first music video like that I'll ever put out as well. So that's super exciting, and
that's amazing.
All that, yeah.
You gotta get it exactly like you want it. You can't just stick together like a quarantine video or something.
No, I know. I was like, it's my first one. Like, I gotta.
Totally.
I want to do it like super legit, and so yeah, that'll be the first single. I feel like that one just has like great single appeal, and it's fun, and people can dance to it, and it's like uplifting, and I feel like right now that would be something really great to release too.
For all the post-quarantine parties.
Right.
What are you gonna like? Do you already have like you can't really have a date if you're waiting for quarantine to be over, right? You sort of like just.
Well, yeah, because I kind of had prospective dates like prior to coronavirus, but then
Yeah.
it kind of just like threw a monkey wrench in there, which is okay though. I didn't want to release any of this stuff during quarantine.
Yeah.
Because I just don't, you know. So I've been kind of waiting with that, and hopefully we'll see what happens, whether or not they will extend again or not. I'm not sure, but
Even
we'll
then,
see.
like, it's done, if you like end up going back in it, you know, like I have these like horror visions of like coming back out and everything's going, you know, that kind of thing.
I'm hoping that
Hopefully
I guess I'm
Hopefully
just gonna stay hopeful and like play it by ear for now, and then if that
Yeah.
happens, then I'll like reconsider. But for now, I'm hoping that to release that over the summer is the plan. And then it depends too, like with when people can play shows again, because I wanted to do like a EP release show thing. So it's just kind of playing it by ear, but I'm not like in a rush either. I feel like the timing is important. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I was the same. I was meant to have this EP out now. But
What did you say?
I was meant to have this EP out now,
Mm-hmm.
but with everything that happened, like, it's not like that I don't necessarily want to not release it like in this time, but I don't know if you've been talking about this before, I'm going to release a bunch of kind of songs that I've done for TV or movies or whatever, that there is like one website where I have these up and people are like loving them, and I'm like, I never released them as an artist, and I don't look at them like this is a new thing. It's kind of like pearls from the vault. So like next week I'm gonna start like just focusing back on music, because I've been doing so much stuff like music for other people on these shows and like all kind of things. So like I feel like from Monday on it's gonna be like music, and I'm just gonna start putting these songs out. You know, it might be a really bad thing for me to throw out like older stuff, but it's like, you know, you sit down, you listen to it, and you're like, you know, it's this sort of time of reflection. Might as well just throw it out there.
You might as well, I feel like, and especially if
you know,
you're going to start, you know, working on
Yeah.
new stuff, then it's like get some of the other stuff out there for everyone to enjoy.
Exactly, and then you know, because it's just I get so many crazy reactions from these people on this like website, and I don't know how some of them kind of put my stuff on there. That I'm going like, it's kind of like mean to like, you know, not like even just like put it out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
you're
like,
withholding from your
Right,
fans.
like, and I'm like in my meditation and like self-care, whatever things, this whole thing about you have to share your talents, and like I was doing this like writing this Deepak Chopra thing, and it sort of came out just like I can't like that's exactly what it would be if I have it, just put it out there and like whatever, you know, and it needs to be just take it off again, you know. It was a long process for me to decide that I am gonna do it, you know, because I was like, oh, but this is like old, and if I release something now, then I would do it like differently or whatever. But like, it's just gonna have some sort of thing on it that kind of says like, you know, old demos from the cellar, found in quarantine.
Yeah, just make that the cover.
Pearls from the vault.
Yeah,
that sounds better.
deep cuts
Exactly.
from the vault.
Deep cuts. Exactly.
I love
Director's cuts.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Make it sound like super, you know.
Like a film thing on top and bottom, like this 19.
Uh-huh.
So what inspires you? What is like, what kind of music, what kind of people, who are like your sort of influences, if one can say that?
That's a good question. Musically, I feel very influenced by, I love Fleetwood Mac. Like Stevie Nicks is like my all-time favorite. I stan Stevie Nicks. Love her. I love classic rock, Led Zeppelin. I love Marvin Gaye. I grew up listening to a lot of Queen and Aretha Franklin. And then as far as like more modern artists, let's see, who do I really listen to right now? I like The Weeknd a lot. I like Lana Del Rey a lot. Sabrina Claudio, she's like a R&B singer that I'm really into. The 1975, they're dope.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah.
I totally love them.
Who else? I'm sure I'm leaving hella people out. But yeah, all sorts of people influence my music, and then as far as like the writing goes, I just kind of sit down and reflect on my life. sometimes, and sometimes I'll have like a specific idea in mind, and then I'll go into my thoughts about how that makes me feel and like how I can articulate that, and then just go for it, you know.
How do you write? Do you like have your words first or an idea, or does it all come at the same time, or do you come up with a melody and then you go like, oh, I gotta put some words to that? Is there like
Yeah. I usually just sit down and write it out first. Like it's kind of, I guess, more like a poetry format.
Right.
And then I'll usually come up with the melody from there and then build the production around that idea.
Right.
But occasionally I'll have like, a specific note page in my phone where it's just like, sometimes I'll have like little one-liners that come to me randomly. I'll just like jot those down, and occasionally I'll go back and address those. And then I've also been learning guitar, so I'm trying to like delve into that a little more as far as like playing and coming up with ideas that way too. So, but yeah, I usually just sit down and write, and then I'll come up with the melody afterwards.
Right. Interesting. In that case, shall we hear a second one?
Sure. So this is the Sade kind of influenced one, called Small Talk.
Small Talk.
Yeah, this one's fun.
Right. Oh, hang on, I need another filter for this one.
Say what? Oh, the filter.
I need another filter for this one.
Oh yeah.
These are really gross. I can't have these.
I know,
These are kind
right?
of fun. Oh, I need to
I don't have any cool ones like you.
Oh, yeah.
Mustache.
That makes me think of, did you guys
Perfect.
ever watch The Mighty Boosh? Do you know that?
No, I've never seen that.
Crazy, it's a real British comedy thing.
Oh, okay.
One guy with the mint thing in his eye, like the round thing.
Oh yeah, the monocle.
You have to watch it. It's The Mighty Boosh. It's insane.
All right, right on.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, let's hear it with my mustache. All right. All right, let's get back here.
Why do we skip small talk? I see the way. Oh, you can. Why don't we skip small talk? I see the way. Oh, you can. Can
that
my
one.
favorite. Like that small talk. Like,
It's smooth. That one's supposed to be
yeah,
like smooth, sensual, you know?
it is.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
Thank you.
They're taking off the filters again. There we go. I like that. It was kind of fun.
I know, me too. That was cool.
Right. Oh my
Yes.
god. So, how many songs do you have on the EP?
5 songs.
Do you want to play them all?
Yeah, if you want me to, I will.
Yeah, I just
I
want
got
to
'em.
like play them all. I'm just like planning time. That's all.
Yeah. I can play them, or if you want to ask me questions about it or chat more, like I'm down for whatever.
Okay. Down for everything. That's good.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, in general, I so the whole idea of this talk today is about the future of the world when we sort of get back to out of quarantine and like post pandemic, hopefully. If you think we can make it a better place, if you think the world is on the track to make it a better place for everyone, or if you think we just kind of like drop right back where we were, like exactly the same things, or do you feel like something has changed in this time now?
I think that, I mean, I like to be optimistic, and so my hope is that this will be a wake-up call for a lot of people so we can get on the same page and move towards like making positive changes in everyone's lives, just because I feel like it's brought to light a lot of things about how disconnected we really are and how we don't take care of ourselves and each other and the earth. And I think that we should try and get back more on that kind of track. And I hope that that's where I'm at with it. I don't know like where everyone is at with it, but that's my hope for the world. I really hope that we'll make some changes and try to make the world a better place, because I just think that Earth is so beautiful and we could make it a better place, you know.
We could be better. The Earth deserves more, doesn't it, really, than what we have sort of been given it. Like,
I agree.
Like the pictures of was it Himalaya? I mean, you don't know whatever's real and fake and stuff with pictures these days, but like everywhere, like the smog has lifted, and suddenly you can see, like, mountains, the most incredible mountains in the world that they haven't seen in 30 years.
I know.
Isn't that crazy? And for me, what's crazy as well is in what relatively short amount of time the world can like sort of heal itself if you don't like completely destroy it. That is incredible. And yeah, so my hope is the same. My hope is the same that I mean, obviously there's the fears when you see crazy things going on, but then the hope is that somehow, somewhere in people's brain, perhaps in like the next generation who's experienced this and perhaps got like a bit more awareness of that, we don't want that, like people who like lived through war, they like are much more aware of like we want to avoid the war at all costs, right? So if you're like very young and impressionable and you've lived through this, perhaps like automatic as like a young child's kind of thing, you know what I mean? That sort of already comes with it, that we have to take care of each other and we have to take care of the world. And like, I don't know if it wasn't quite the same here, but like in Austria it was always very like kids were not allowed to visit their grandparents. That was just like a thing,
Really?
So yeah, because the kids would give it to the grandparents, and like at that time it was the whole thing about older people being at risk the most, So those are things, kids are not allowed to see grandparents. So of course those grandparents take care of the kids. So they stopped school, but they started like a different kind of care for like kids who had to go somewhere, but so that they wouldn't go to the grandparents,
Right.
And then just like all these like little things that I really, really hope that are sort of like ingrained in the like young generation, that they're just gonna become like a better ones. I mean, when you think about Greta Thunberg, like, what an incredible young person, and like perhaps like hopefully we're like breeding these, like somebody's breeding them.
I know.
But like hopefully like, like generations that have like kind of just driven things down the hill, perhaps it's like going up, you know, that the young kids are really realizing what's going on and understanding it because they have the means to know what's going on, you know?
Right. Well, I think the internet can be a great resource in a lot of ways for information, but then it's also like you can go down the rabbit hole with the news and stuff. Like I don't watch the news on TV, but I will like go read just to keep up with current events. But I just think, you know, that I think that younger generations are definitely, they appear to be more aware of this, and I feel like how could they not be? It's pretty like in your face, you know?
You're right. I mean, they're locked up, right?
Yeah.
When you hear like little kids talk about like the virus or the corona, like it's kind of touching and weird and sad and everything at the same time, you know? Like my neighbor has a 4-year-old daughter, something like that, and I only really just got to know her because of this, because we met at the back, you know. And the second time I was out there, and she goes out as well, and then like her mom told me afterwards, and she said, "Can I hug her?" Like about me, and it's like, no, because of the corona, you know, like the coronavirus, you know. But she would always come up and like, you know, want to show me something, whatever. And then like mom like pulls her back, and then you know, we can't stop, right? I can't wait for this to be over so we can hug.
I know. I'm such a hugger.
Oh, she goes, "You want to come in my pool?" You know, she got a little paddle, like a little baby pool. And I was like, "No, you can't come in. It's not cold." And I was like, "Ah, but the corona."
But the corona.
The corona wants to do it to me. So I'm like, oh gosh, that would be the funnest thing to like, you know, draw on the floor with her, touch her, you know, and then she doesn't understand when she was like hiding things, and it's like I can't grab it, like, you know, I find it, but I'm like can't grab it, and she's the same with me, you know. And, oh my god, it was a thing, but that was like that kind of like that was very nice when that started last week, because until then I hadn't seen anyone for like an entire month apart from like twice the guy at Trader Joe's, you know.
Oh god,
no,
makes it start going stir crazy. I feel like now me and my roommate Jenna, we're just like we have moments where we're like, oh my god, like we've been inside for so long. It's just like, not like what we're used to. I want to
move and get a house with garden, because like my apartment is incredible, but like I'm so grateful for it. It's unbelievable. But the garden, I feel like, you know, we might end up being back and forth in this for a while, like in general, you know. But I just realized having your own green space, I mean, I've thought about this before, you know, but like the amazingness that I have inside is kind of like didn't weigh up for me to give that up. But now I'm like, you know, like, because you can have the green, you're fine, like you just close the doors and you just go in, out, do your thing, you know, like as an artist, obviously, as our situation is, you know, that's fine as long as you can go and be in the green in nature and like work out there and be there and just feel the sun and not feel like, you know, I go to a parking spot and have a beach lounge. We have like one empty spot. I was thinking of getting like green grass.
Oh my
like,
god.
Pool, and we have a little parking spot.
You should.
Somewhere. Yeah. I already got my lounger. I already got that one.
That's a good idea.
Pool, so, yeah. It's so funny, yeah. Anyway, so that's the situation. Yeah, so that's great. So you definitely believe in, hopefully, like everything's gonna come out for the better.
I just think
whoever is in here, what do you think? I want to know what people think.
Yeah,
I really want to know
weigh in.
People like think that it's gonna go crazy or it's gonna go better, or what is in the minds
of the people. Yeah, I feel like I've had some moments though where I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen, you know, and feeling like worried and things like that, especially with like finances and people, like most people not being able to work and things like that is tough. But I hope that something good comes from it. I don't want to like believe that something terrible is gonna come from it, you know.
The terrible is already, and it has already happened, right? So like,
right. It's pretty.
Right now.
It's tough, and so I feel like, how can we use this to not go through this anymore?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what we have to do as well. Yeah. I'm thinking. I'm just thinking about the time. I just realized. Remember that we get kicked out in an hour, like an hour after starting. So I feel like, do you want to play another song and then
sure.
sort of like say our little goodbyes?
Yeah.
Goodbyes. I have a couple of films I need to show you guys too, but I'm gonna stay on
Yes.
probably after.
Okay, wonderful. All right, then I'll show you one more.
Yes.
So that the last two, I played Magic and I played Small Talk, and then I'm gonna play you Start Over. So pretty much where we're at with everything right now is we're about to move into mastering everything.
Right.
Of course, the last song that we're working on has required the most mixes. I'm just like, oh, it's just these little, it's so little things. But this is the most recent mix of this one, and it sounds really pretty awesome. This might be another single, I'm thinking. So let me know what you think.
Oh, filter, come on. You have to do this.
Oh, yeah.
It's like our tradition now.
I love it.
I still reminisce of the time when we kissed, and the way your lips fell against mine. It was a moment. It was a moment. Let's not but I still believe you'll come back to me someday. Can we start over? Can we start love could exist, not like this. You took my heart, you threw it away, but I still believe you'll come back to me someday. Can we start over? Can we start over? Is that my usual mistake? Am I lost in dreams of yesterday? Am I lost in dreams of yesterday? Can we start over? Can we start over?
Oh,
Yeah.
so beautiful. I love the backing vocal that comes in.
Thanks. Oh, those harmonies. Oh, I know.
They make me happy, like completely. That's so
I know, it
great.
makes you want to dance, like, ah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's so fun.
Good. Oh my God, I just hope this whole corona is over soon so that you can release it.
I know, yes.
Wait, what do you do for a video? Is it like a little secret on here when you like things you can share about what it's gonna be about?
For magic, I feel like I don't want to give too much away, but it goes along with what the song is about, which is about uplifting people and about seeing, like, when you open your eyes to the beauty of the world, then it will present itself to you. So that's kind of like the concept behind what I'm doing for the video, and it's gonna be awesome, and maybe some dancing and stuff like that. So yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. I cannot wait.
I'm excited too.
So good. What have you been doing in quarantine that you haven't done before and that you've picked up finally?
That I haven't done before.
Or that you've been wanting to do and you haven't done yet?
You know what? I took a bubble bath and that was really nice. I had some wine one day and I just took a bubble bath, and I don't think I've ever taken a bath in my apartment. Like,
yeah, I haven't.
You know?
No.
And then it just made me think about, like, when you're a kid, you take baths at first, usually, more than showers. So I was like, I feel like a kid again. That was fun.
You, like,
and then
throw around bubbles like the whole time, like.
Yeah, splashing. And I also, my buddy loaned me his PS4, so I've been playing video games, which I haven't done in a long time too.
Oh
so that's been a fun way to, like, just pass the time when I run out of things. You've never played video games?
Well, not really. Not like, you know, like here and there, but not like myself. But I like right now that you said it, I just want to sit and play computer games.
Right. It's
well, have you played
nice.
Somebody like online, social quarantine, or something?
You can play online. I've been playing the story on this game called Red Dead Redemption, which is like a cowboy old western. You're like a desperado. And it's like an open world, so you just kind of, you go do missions and stuff. But you can do online, and you can, like, fight other cowboys. And that's what I've been doing in quarantine.
Go and fight cowboys.
Yes, I'm now a cowgirl, and I'm out here fighting the cowboys on the prairie. You know?
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
I'm gonna have to, like, love you and leave you. But I want to show you guys something. I have like not 101 minute and a little video from my friend who was here earlier. I used to tally in the morning. She did this like, it's called Corona Life. It's a little comedy clip. Yeah. And I'm gonna kick you out first.
Okay.
And then it's gonna make it like look better for the thing. But stay on. I'm gonna show you this clip. Right as soon as I've kicked Carly out.
Okay.
In the most loving way, you know. But,
yes.
So anyway, like, thank you so much for being with me and for playing your amazing music. That was literally like,
thank you for asking me. Thank you for having me.
I cannot wait for it to come out. It's gonna be so good. That video, I'm really excited to see the video.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Good. And then stay safe, and we will see you soon. Haley Peroni.
All right.
Hi. Do you know each other? Do I know her?
I do. She's like my honorary sister. Love you, Haley.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
All right, cool.
All right, I'll chat with you soon.
Yes, and stay online. I'm going to show you this little clip that I wanted to show you in the morning for Easter Italia quarantine clip, and then I'm going to have a half an hour break before Alma Lake comes. Just saying this to everyone here, okay?
Awesome.
It's amazing too.
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.